How we doing, Robust family? And we have a show coming up now, and I know you're gonna love it. But before we continue, can I ask you all to just do me a small favor? I need you to give a robust smash to that like and subscribe button. It helps us a lot, and it makes sure that you do not miss a breakfast show beat. Do it right now, click that button, and I'll see you in the show. See you in a sec. We're gonna have a good day. It's gonna be just a good day. I'm glad that I'm here with you right now, and it's good to see you. I'm Robert Ashitey, your robust presenter, and I'm gonna be with you from now until the hours of 10 o'clock. And this is your breakfast show. So if you're here for the first time, it's good to have you here. And it's I'm glad that you stood and you were there as you're getting ready to start your morning to choose to have us as the background sound and interaction for you to start your morning right. And joining me in the studios today, we have the lady of sound herself. It's the one, the only, the lady who looks like a Native American, but it's just in her DNA, in her history that I found out somehow, some way, shape or form, but it ended up to be true. It's Kathleen. Good morning to you, Kathleen. Good morning. Hey, how are we doing, Native American looking lady? Part Amazonian and Nigerian. Whoa. Well,
I'm good.
You know, speaking of that, I haven't sent off my my heritage test as well.
You're wasting money.
But
it's not a deal if you don't use it.
It's not a... You know, and on that note, there you have it. Today's subject is going to be about financial literacy. Okay, today's subject is going to be about financial literacy. It's not a deal if you don't use it. Nope. All right, don't want to waste money here. And if you're interested in not wasting money, if you're interested in not wasting time, if you're interested in getting your mind right so you can do well with what God gives in your hands and not squander it into nothing and be going around in circles, you're going to make sure you stay tuned to this program today, because we're going to be going into it. We're going to be having our special guest, Moses Kinganga, who's going to be joining us as well from 8:30 this morning. We're going to give you some ideas to dissect the pattern of financial literacy. All right, financial literacy. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be hearing Moses' journey, because the thing about financial literacy is everyone says, I know how to spend money. I know how to use money, right? I know how to put it in the bank. All right. Everyone thinks they know. Even social media have so many types of information, but do we really know? Have we really been schooled on the subject properly from those who are in our favor? You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. So we're going to be going through it today. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. But I've got a video to show all of you guys. All right, I've got a video to show all of you. Okay, as we're dealing with the subject of financial literacy this morning. And the first video, and I'm sure all of you, probably many of you say, look, currently I also, okay, beautiful. So I'm sure all of you currently, you will probably be like, yeah, I've heard about financial literacy. I'm good, man, I'm good. But I want to show you a video. All right. And this video is somewhat interesting. I call this video, basically it's from friends. It's from friends. Yeah, it's from friends. So I want you to have a look at this, because maybe you have a friend like this, or maybe you're that member in the friendship group that has this kind of behavior when it comes to financial literacy, and you can completely connect with what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm good morning then to you as well, Janet. And also I'm looking forward to our psychoanalysis. It's going to be great. But check this video out. See where you are.
Forget it. It's probably stripped and sold for parts by now.
I love Friends.
Hey, I went up. What? My stock, MEG, it went up 2 points. Oh my gosh, do you realize that if I had invested my $127 in myself yesterday, that I'd have a lot more than that today? You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
Put all my money in me.
Monica, what are you talking about? You don't know the first thing about the stock market.
What's to know? Buy, sell, high, low, bears, bulls. Yes, Manhattan. Yeah, telephone number of the stock selling store. I want to buy 5 shares of SGJ, and I want to buy them now. Come on, the time is money, my friend. Thank you. Woo!
Time is money, my friend.
Yeah, you miss takes money to make money, and don't make me come down there and kick your Wall Street butt.
Hey, I made $17 before breakfast. What have you done?
Well, I had breakfast here, so technically I saved $3.50.
How did you make $17?
Well, my financially challenged friends. I split my money and I bought some shares of CHP and ZXY.
How come those?
Well, CHP, because I used to have a crush on Eric Estrada. And ZXY, because I think it sounds sexy.
So
What
crazy.
happened to MEG?
MEG was good for me, but I dumped her. You know, my motto is get out before they go down.
That is so not my motto.
So
Need to borrow
crazy.
$100. What? Hi. Welcome home. I need to borrow $100.
For what?
I gotta get back in the game.
Honey, when did you get out of the game?
I don't know, I lost it all, okay? I lost it.
Oh, no.
Hey, I've come to terms with it. You have to, too.
Okay. Look, come on, I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Where are we on the $100?
I don't have it.
But I need it! Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take that horrible diner job. You know, with the dancing and the costumes.
Yes, it is a roller coaster. All right. When we don't have the right information, it's a roller coaster for those who stumble on some form of financial journey or exploit, and for those who watch others do it, you know. And it, as we saw in that Friends episode, have you met anyone like that, Kat? Have you? No, not really. Okay, it depends what your circle's like, right? At the same time, but I'm sure we all have met somebody like that. But the thing about it is, if we're not financially literate, for those who are in our favor to be financially literate, it can be quite painful. All right. So hopefully today we're going to give you some really nice ideas, and we're going to do a psychoanalysis that's been put together by AI to find out how financial literate you are, how financial literate I am. All right. If you are familiar with the Breakfast Show, we have actually gone through something similar to this. We did like a series about learning about the stock market some time ago, and which was really, really fantastic. But now we're really going to get into it this morning. So I want to introduce our guest. Oh, by the way, if you're on our Breakfast Show broadcast, guess what? You would have already received the question for today. And I did something very special. You know, there are certain people in the Breakfast Show family that really contribute to the show. Some of you know who you are. And today we had one of our special ones. It's Charlene from South Africa. So she's actually presenting the coffee question to you on our Breakfast Show broadcast. All right. I'm in the spirit of Love Hawk still, by the way. If you know, you know. All right. So, but while that's circulating and we prepared for the morning coffee question for today, I want to introduce our special guest, the one, the only. It's Moses Kinganga. Good morning to you, Moses. Okay, look, he's calling me. That's my guy. This is why I like Moses, you know. This is why I like Moses.
Sorry, I literally can't hear you. Before it was playing, and now there's nothing playing.
Oh wow. All right, so Kathleen, she's on it. She's tinkering away like one of Santa Claus's little elves, helping to resolve the issue. But what we'll do, we'll work it out like this. We can see you on the screen right now. So it's a great idea, fantastic. You see, this is Moses, yeah? He's a problem solver, definitely. So it's great hearing from you today, Moses. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful day. We've got our listeners here. I told them a bit about what you do, and like you do a lot of things. You've done a lot of things. So definitely, you know, as well as having your profession and the businesses that you have, you really are a student of life, ain't you? As well.
Yeah, you gotta keep learning. You gotta keep learning and pushing forward, you know.
Absolutely. And the great thing about Moses, you know, you can have some really deep conversations through with Moses, you know, because one thing about Moses I know about you is like you try things. Does this work? Didn't it work? Okay, this works good. Okay, you know what? I needed to have done this and tweak this and make it better. I noticed that thing about you have really that attitude. You really don't hold back from trying different things.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. You know, I make sure that, you know, whatever I do is always to educate myself in certain things, is to always increase my understanding of something in order to monetize it, really, to be honest.
Wow.
Because obviously, you know, we're here on earth, you know, although we have our mission to save souls, we also have an obligation to ourselves to make sure that we are creating generational wealth, or we are creating a sustainability in finances within our lives. because what I've realized is that, you know, although God is looking for us to save souls, our ability to manage money kind of puts the ability to manage souls.
That's true.
It's almost on the same level. You know, if we are able to manage our finances in the way of, you know, knowing what's coming in, what's going out, you know, God will be able to give us that opportunity to be able to buy that car, to have souls in our car, to be able to bring to church, or to be able to take to places where they've never been before. But if we're not financially stable, it's like we're not going to be able to get to that ground level of being able to be using God in a great way, because we're going to be in a hot mess, going from, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and not being able to actually have money to be able to do the things that we need to do in the work of God.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is really important because it's interesting that we're having this conversation now, because on one side we have we have Mr. Effie come in, and, you know, we're speaking about balancing faith and success, right? So, like, if we're not conscious, because we've seen many people get taken out like this, we could swing over to one side about success where it becomes too much, right? But like over success, that the faith gets affected, right? But what you're saying is that, and obviously even scripture shows us that we need to be ambassadors who manage what God gives in our hand wisely. Right?
Yes, 100%.
I love that. So guys, we got Moses here. He's ready. He's going to tell us about his journey in learning about financial literacy. And we want to know and hear from you guys. We have a morning coffee question for all of you. All right. And we're going to throw this one out there, and it's going to segue into what Moses is going to be sharing with us today. So, Kat, switch it up. What is the morning coffee question for today, Kat?
The morning coffee question for today is, what do you think it means to be financially literate?
All right. So the morning coffee question for today is, what does it mean to be financially literate? What does it mean to you? All right. So this word has been thrown around so many different ways. And to be honest, if you even just do my research for the show, there is a how can I say, official statement. But at the same time, I'm seeing holistically, there is actually people can actually have a very different definition depending on what they've been through and where they're coming from. So we want to hear from you guys. It's there on your screen. How did I word it again, Kat? What do you think it means to be financially literate? So let's have a look, see what we have here from our listeners as we sent the question out this morning. Oh, okay, let's see. All right, so okay, I've got do tell from from Rosie. We got here Sinead. Let's see, Sinead. Okay, Sinead is excited. Guys, I need some answers. I want to know what you guys think. I need some answers. I don't want just reactions. I need to know what you guys think. So what do you think financial literacy is? What do you think financial literacy is? I'm quite curious, because I know Kathleen is kind of like in her own bubble. But when you hear the word financial literacy, Kat, what do you think of?
Nothing.
Yeah. It's like this sometimes.
I think he's on the line.
Yeah, he's on the line? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great to have you there, mi amigo. All right, so guys, what do you consider to be financial literacy? Because some people might say this. We've got this kid, a video here with some children, yeah? And many times adults don't move on from this. So we're just going to go over to the side. Yeah, that one, Kat. So I want to play this video, give you guys a chance to send in your answers, all right? What do you think financial literacy is? What's your thoughts on financial literacy? What do you think it is? Financial literacy. We know what English lesson is. We know what English literacy is. We know what maths is. We know what geography is. All right. We know what happens when we study science, right? But financial literacy, what is your thoughts on that? All right. We've got Moses on the line. We're going to be looking forward to hearing from you guys. And we've got a nice clip here, basically answering a few kids a very similar question about financial literacy. Let's have a listen to what they have to say.
What do you recommend I do to stay out of debt?
Don't buy anything.
Where should I put my money so it'll grow?
In like a baggie or like a money case. In your pocket.
If I put it in my pocket, it'll grow?
Yeah.
How does it grow in your pocket?
Put some seeds in it and close it, and then put some water on it, and pay for it.
What is financial freedom?
To have freedom to you can go swimming without telling the government. Donut day.
Why is financial freedom donut day?
So it's free donut day.
So it doesn't cost any money?
Mm-hmm.
So if we just could have free donuts all the time, then we'd be good?
Yeah.
What do you feel is the most important thing to do with your money?
Save it.
Why do you want to save it?
So then you can do more stuff.
What stuff do you want to do with your money?
Buy gum and buy a new toy. Movie.
Why is budgeting so important?
Because like when your body feels mad, super mad, feel you better.
Why is it important to budget?
Because it's so important when you budge. Like if you use a knife, you'll cut it off.
Huh?
Good point. Do you think I should invest my money in the stock market?
No,
Why not?
because then you won't have enough money to buy anything.
Why should I invest in the stock market?
Because it's so fun.
What is the stock market?
Grow stuff so you could plant money there.
And it grows?
Yeah, in your pocket.
Iron Man. Okay. So that was interesting, right? That was very cute. You're like, maybe some of you are like, right? But the reality is maybe we do not develop our thoughts from a young age. Maybe the reality is no one actually teaches us about, I'm Moses, I believe you'd agree, right? Nobody ever teaches us about financial literacy, right?
No, they don't. From a very young age, you kind of see, I mean, especially, it depends how you grew up, right? If you grew up with parents who are always working, trying to make it by, there wasn't a thing of saving or learning about money. It was just, we didn't have enough of this, we didn't have enough of that, so there wasn't really any financial literacy there. So my mom did tell me to save, but I never really understood that concept of saving. So obviously, I was young, and it wasn't there from the beginning. There was no foundation from the young age. And I think I read somewhere that financial literacy should start from the age of 7.
Okay. It should start from the age of 7.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's positive. I think that makes sense because because I'm thinking about my kids. It wasn't financial literacy per se, but that's when they started their businesses at the age of 7, and they can do things for themselves and they can see how transactions work, right? In a practical sense. Right.
Yeah.
We've got a comment here from the one and only Chanel, one of our breakfast show faithfuls. Today, I did a little experiment because I want our breakfast show faithfuls to meet each other, but because I didn't ask Chanel first, I said, you know what, let me scrap that. So if you're on a breakfast show broadcast, you would have had a glimpse of listen over there in South Africa, but then you would have seen it disappear. All right. Love therapy. Love walk. I'm keeping it alive. All right. Here you go, Chanel. Let's hear you, sis.
Morning breakfast show family, this is Chanel from South Africa. What I think financial literacy is being able to know how much to spend, how much to save, and also how much to invest.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically what I think financial literacy.
Beautiful. And I know that okay, so it's about knowing how much. So knowing that investing exists, knowing that spending is a thing to be monitored, so measuring that is financial literacy. Would you say she's close, warm, hot, cold? What would you say to that, Moses? We got another one here that we're gonna go through.
I would say she's kind of spot on. Obviously, a lot more in depth. You can go into those different sectors, but yeah, she's got the basis there.
Love it. We got Sherry from Willesden. Sherry says, financial literacy means the knowledge and skills needed to make important financial decisions. Yeah, so that sounds good. It sounds on point, but it feels a bit more like a blanket statement, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the knowledge and skills needed to make important financial decisions, you know? So this is it. This is why it's important to kind of break things down. I did a bit of research, Moses, all right, because I want to hear from you as well, because not only are you a business person, but also you're a student of life. You don't just do stuff, but you are paying attention to be a student of life as well as all these different things that you do. And I got something here from I believe it was oh gosh, I got a comment here. What is financial literacy? All right, which looks like a beautiful piggy bank. All right, and I want to show you on the screen. And this came from the bank. Oh, what's it called again? Oh, I keep forgetting the name. Every time I have it, I always forget the name, Moses. I'm trying to change my life little by little, okay? Just forgive me, all right? But basically what they said is this. They said that financial literacy is the ability to effectively manage and make informed decisions about personal finances. Make informed decisions about personal finance. It feels like a blanket once again, but here we go, narrowing it down, including budgeting, saving, and investing. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, no, it sounds on par. So, that's pretty much it. Really, financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively, manage your personal finance. It is the knowledge and the concept of understanding what budgeting is. What saving. How do you go about investing? How do you go about debt management? How do you manage your debt? How do you leverage debt in order to be able to scale up your finances? For example, get a mortgage, they are getting into debt, but they're effectively scaling up their finances in order to be able to maybe do a rent out or to rent out that property, or for example, people do Airbnb or go and get a loan in order to manage certain properties and stuff like that. So it's really about understanding what is it that you want to get out of your finances, and then actually build an intentional plan to make your finances grow. You can't just sit down and hope for the best and hope things will turn out to be great. You actually have to go and acquire knowledge in order to be able to break through that barrier of staying in the same position that you're in. In order for you to actually see change in your finances.
That sounds spot on, and I love what you said about be intentional, right? Being intentional. Someone who wants to be a doctor intentionally chooses certain courses, skills themselves up about certain subjects, right, to be a doctor. The person who wants to be a social worker skills himself up about certain things, to be a social worker. The person who wants to be a solicitor or engineer, they intentionally skill themselves up and do what's needed to be able to do that role, right? So what you're saying is we need to have the same intention about the flow of money coming into our possession and how it's used effectively. Being intentional, like what Sherry said. We've got some comments here before we go more into it, and I've got some statistics to show everybody, right? We have Evelyn. Evelyn says, I think financial literacy is having the knowledge and ability to make decisions on how to manage your money and also understand the fundamental concepts of financial stability. Love it. Fixing it, or Finlit. Okay. We have also Jeanette saying, it means to be in control of your finances, knowing what's coming in and going out, and keeping on top of your debts/expenses, maybe investing, saving and paying bills in time. That sounds beautiful. Evelyn says, not forgetting the fact that we need that knowledge from God, because he's the one who gives direction and wisdom on prosperity. Absolutely fantastic. So, we have ideas about financial literacy, right? But here's something quite interesting, Moses. So we had some material here from, I keep forgetting the name. Oh my gosh. But it's from a particular bank. I won't even name them. But they basically have we're looking at the UK. We're not even looking at the globe, but we're looking at the UK map. But go to the one that shows the England map. All right, and then we're going to the details, Kat. Thank you. You're awesome. So basically, which areas of the UK have the best financial literacy? That's what we're going to be looking at just for a moment in sync with this question. So it says levels of financial literacy are not the same across the UK, with some regions having a higher understanding of financial terms than others. So guess what? London scored lowest. Moses. Does that surprise you?
And no, it doesn't.
12.2% less. And London's the most diverse City, right? But we scored the lowest, Moses.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, sorry, go on, you're saying?
Yes, I think it's because people are kind of stuck in the same routine, and they sometimes forget that they need to increase their knowledge in the things. Or sometimes they forget the skills that they have. You know, some people they study for good skill, or maybe they have, you know, really creative skills in cooking, but they don't think to use that to benefit themselves financially. You know, maybe they're good at painting, and again, they don't use that to benefit themselves financially. So it's like, you know, you got to know what skills you have. You got to know how you can build new skills in order to acquire that finance. And I think majority of people, because people are in a financial living crisis, sometimes they can't see outside of the problem that they're currently in a cycle in. And you actually, to break the cycle, you need to actually do something that may cause a little bit of turbulence for a little bit, but will benefit you in the long term rather than staying in the same cycle.
Okay, and you know what was interesting about what you said as well is that the person has a skill, right? But I think also the financial, so let alone utilizing a skill or to materialize it, right? To do something probably not normal, or what they're not currently, what we are currently doing, but also of the extra money you may receive from that extra labor. Right, how to utilize it, because so many times people like know about side hustle. We have a side hustle, but they don't know. We'll just eat the money up. Right, we'll just eat it up. We'll just consume it, even though you got more coming in. We've got here something else. It says here residents in Yorkshire and the Humber scored highest with 55.4% on the financial literacy test. So we're going to break it down. So we could see number one was Yorkshire and the Humber, 55%. Southeast. Oh my gosh, that's Southeast, that's down where we are. 53%. I wonder why that is. East Midlands, 53%. Then Northwest, 52%. So you can see all the way, and London is the lowest. London is the lowest. Very interesting, right? The city, you know, it's like London's like the center of the world almost, right?
Yeah.
Very shocking. Very shocking indeed. And then we've got another statistic here, all right, which is quite interesting. And this statistic basically asks the question. This is the bar chart here, Cap. Yeah, that one. And I think you might need to pay attention to this, everyone, and pay attention to this, listeners. Oh, but let me just check this out quickly. I'm going to be in a long meeting. My question is, how can an automation tester get into cybersecurity? What certification do I need to move into cybersecurity? That's from Chanel in South Africa. All right. While Kat puts the next chart up, would you have an answer for her, Moses?
Yeah, I mean, there's great videos online in order to do cybersecurity. If you want to be an automated tester, you can definitely have a look on YouTube and have a look at the cybersecurity. The only thing I would say is, you know, don't get stuck in watching tutorials. You actually need to practice and do those things that you are actually being taught. And then the other thing is you can go on Google and actually apply for a cybersecurity certificate. And I think the cybersecurity certificate is free, but you have to pay monthly after 7 days or something like this. But you get the cybersecurity certificate. So it's something to get you started, to get you recognized and stuff like that. And there are many people within that industry that will give you the tools and the skills that you need. It's just about networking. You know, you have to increase your networking in order to also increase your wisdom and your knowledge of certain stuff. If you stay in the same circles, you're not going to actually increase your knowledge because you'll be limited to the knowledge of your circle.
Okay, so it's Chanel starting from zero. What would be her next step?
The next step is go online, go and watch a YouTube tutorial from the beginning that shows you what cybersecurity is. But I think actually initially you need to learn about what a computer is, why hackers use computers to hack, you know, that type of thing. You need to kind of get the base knowledge. Everything always has to start from the base and then you build on it. You know, understand what a computer is, understand what a keyboard is, understand what a CPU is, a RAM is, you know, understand how then to network, how do computers talk to each other. So understanding how computers talk to each other will increase that knowledge of cybersecurity.
So would you say she doesn't need a certification then?
She doesn't need a cyber certification now. She needs to build her knowledge on what the fundamentals is. You know, similar to finances, you need to build that fundamental, you know, understanding what money is, what is money, How does it work? How does it operate? When you understand that basis, you can then build upon it.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to come back to that chart in a second because we're talking about financial literacy, and financial literacy may involve segueing into a different field, which is what Chanel's taking the opportunity to share and ask right now. And she says, and is cybersecurity an 8 to 5 job, or is it like coding where you find yourself debugging from morning to the next day?
So it depends on which type of cybersecurity you go into. There's many different cybersecurity. So there's analysts, there's blue team, red team. So it just kind of depends. It's sometimes just about monitoring the network and see if there's any attacks coming in, working on prevention methods. It may not necessarily be a 9 to 5. It may be, a 6 to 10. It may be a 12 to 6, whatever it may be. It just depends on what job you're going into and what their flexibility is and how many people you have to check certain things within a network.
Okay. All right, Chanel, I hope that helps you. Okay, and you got that one. If anything, we'll get Moses to assist you and speak with you later. All right, so guys, here we go. Financial literacy. Here's the problem. Why do they not teach it in schools? Why do they not teach financial literacy in schools? And we have here the Teacher Tap survey on the screen right now. And guess what? One of the reasons, 2% for their reason was, the biggest reason was not enough time on the timetable. I don't know if you buy that, Moses, if there are teachers around us, but they're so caught up with what's currently been taught for all these years. There's not enough time on the timetable. That's 63% of the answers from those who are teachers is basically they ask 7,000 teachers questions each day and reweights and results to make them representative. So they were asking about 7,000 teachers, and this is what they said. So not enough time on the timetable. 13% said not enough subjects to expertise in financial literacy. Not seen as a priority in schools. 12% said that. Not enough resources to deliver it. 6% said that. None of the above. 4% said that. And 2% says not relevant and cannot answer. What are your thoughts on that, Moses?
I mean, I don't know if there isn't enough time on the timetable to teach financial literacy. But I feel as well, going to that second one, not enough subject expertise. I think that's what it is. I think because of us have grown into almost a self-perpetuating system where, because we're going into education, where they're teaching us, the fundamentals of life, English, science, maths, and so on. They themselves don't have, or the schools haven't created a curriculum to help build financial literacy or to help build entrepreneurs or businesses or, to help people think outside of the box. It's almost in this pond, and we have to kind of navigate and find our way out of the pond in order to find the ocean. Okay. So I guess it's more dependent on our parents, on those who are in our circles, in our environment, who can help us to kind of come out. And I think also it's about not gatekeeping information and just sharing information as we can to each other in order to help us grow and get to where we need to be.
So not gatekeeping information. Absolutely. I think that's a huge one. I think there are a few things that people are suspicious of. Is this really happening? Is this really true? Or are people just saying stuff? But I think over time we kind of find that there is a difference between people in society and what they actually know, isn't it? We've got something else that's quite interesting. And I'm going to ask you a bit of a question basically about you. I mean, what made you to get into the journey of financial literacy? What caused you to, by the way, Chanel said thank you very much. What made you to get into this journey of discovering financial literacy? What started it? What compelled it? What compelled you to do so?
Thank you, Chanel is okay. But I think for me, it was a thing of finding myself living from paycheck to paycheck. I didn't really understand what that term meant until I found myself paycheck to paycheck, and it was a crazy observation that I saw within myself, and just kind of became aware of it. And I think it was where, let's say, for example, you would come to the end, or even before the end of the month, you're coming in the middle of the month and you're thinking, where's the money gone? You're not really understanding where the money's gone. But then you don't think too much of it, because on the 28th, you're getting paid, so money's coming in again, then money's going out, money's coming in, money's going out. So eventually, I just kind of had to stop myself, slow down, and actually think, where is money going out? And then what I actually did, I got a CSV file from the bank and had a look at every single transaction over the last 3 months to kind of see where my money was going, where I was spending money.
Okay, pause for a moment. So guys, did you get that one? So there's a pearl right there, right? There's a pearl right there. Where does all your money go in 2024? In the bank. All right, so that's one thing for us to pay attention to. Look what's happening, right? Yep, continue.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So, I had to sit down and have a look at what was going out of my account, and lo and behold, I found out I was spending like £300 in food outside of the house, not even inside of the house, spending about £1 on calf, you got to have that full English breakfast, and everything just adds up, even, for example, I know there was like a comment made on the news that, the coffee, stopped spending on coffee, but it can actually add up, those things do add up. And, at the end of the month, you could end up spending £60 on coffee where you could have just bought it for £5 in Tesco's and it would have lasted you for 2 or 3 months. So,
yeah, and just bring it in, isn't it? Bring it with you.
Everything. So once I found out what it was, I then put a plan in place and I said, you know what? I need to stop spending money. I need to be more money conscious. I need to think about what I'm spending my money on. I need to be intentional about my money.
Okay.
But the first thing I had to sort out all my direct debits because I don't know.
Sorry, pause for a moment because I know you're a married man, all right? You have a beautiful daughter, Mila. Oh, Mila, you're so wonderful. All right, a mischievous, but wonderful, beautiful. You're a married man, so how important is it to have your wife on the same page or your husband on the same page?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, marriage kind of depends on financial things. It depends on finances. I mean, communication as well, but finance is almost the thing that you would talk about the most within your home if you don't right. And if you don't sit down and speak to your wife and see about her money, because it's both of your money, so you kind of have to see what you're making collectively. Sit down and think, okay, who's going to pay this? Who's going to pay that? What are we going to do with the additional money? How can we sacrifice for the next 1 or 2 years in order for us to save up to buy a house or to buy a car or to go on an expensive holiday, whatever it is. You see, you just have to stand together.
So you just said something very powerful there, and we got our husbands and wives listening now. We're going to sacrifice for the next 2 years. Now, if you have a husband, your wife, and you say, you know what, I learned this thing about financial literacy, we're going to have to cut here for the next 2 years. And the guy's like, yeah, whatever. I was like, oh, well, really, you're overdoing it. You're overreacting, right? It's to the detriment of everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's to the detriment of everybody. So that's important. The agreement is very important.
Yeah. You have to actually sit down because you got to remember your partners in life. So if you can't agree with your spouse or with your partner, on how to spend money, on how you can build, then your house will not stand. Your house will eventually fall because, not to get biblical about it, but, the Bible says that a house divided cannot stand. You have to make agreements on these things. Finances is one of the key things. I mean, the other thing that you have to agree on is how to raise your children. But, that's for another subject. But
yeah,
having that ability to sit down with your wife, kind of have finances, bringing it together, finding, okay, you make this amount of money, this is what's going out of your account. Okay, you pay for this, I pay for this, you pay for this, I pay for this. Or we do it as you pay for all of this and I will pay for all of this. Or we will start saving this, for the next 2 years in order to make sure that we get to a different level in our finances. Okay. And that's what it is, So I think a good friend of mine saying, if I don't have 10K in the bank, I'm having a bad day. And, that's kind of to show you the level of money that you should leave in the bank account for you to be able to actually be able to have a basis of living a good foundational life is to be able to have enough money in the account to be able to do whatever you want.
All right. So what you're saying is that, okay, so we have a goal, a target, this thought that you shared with us, 10,000 in the account. Okay, so that's where we need to aim to, because right now we're doing everything's just getting wasted by the end time before we get to the end of the month, right? Before payday comes, right? So that's the aim, all right? Or someone's aim might be different. It might start with 1,000, right? Because we need to build it, right? So you said other thing you said was that you came to realization of this is not what we want. We need to be here. So you set a goal of how you want to be a particular time. Then you touched on that if you have someone else in your life, that you both need to be in agreement, right? And then you're like scrutinizing your bank statements to see what's actually happening, and you're getting shocked and scared.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay, if I have someone in my life, we gonna need to sacrifice for a bit for something better tomorrow. Or if you're by yourself, I'm gonna need to sacrifice a bit for something tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. And you got to figure out what is your end goal. What is the plan? What is the plan for you? Is it to start a business? Is it to buy a house? Is it to buy land? Whatever it is, you need to have an actual goal that you're going towards. Okay. And that's what it means.
So you're not accumulating money for the sake of accumulating money. There is actually an end game.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Just hold your thought. Because Evelyn had a response to you. All right. Please don't lose your thought. Evelyn says, that is so true. Where does my money go? Consciousness in expenses. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Go ahead. Fire.
Yes. And I have to be intentional. And this is how you be led by God. That's the wisdom of God. You have to be intentional. Yeah. Everything has to be intentional. How we spend our money has to be intentional. Sometimes we are set up to fail. For example, I don't know if you've ever been to Primark and you're going through that line and all you see is you've seen socks, you've seen headphones, and you're like, I think I need that. Or maybe Vaseline, maybe you have dry lips that day, you're like, I need Vaseline. But you don't have Vaseline at home. So it's like we are set up in a way to be impulse buyers.
Yeah.
And we kind of have to understand that educational piece about it and be able to be like, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually not going to. I'm going to go out and I have a list of things to buy, and that's what I'm going to buy and come back home. Because sometimes you go to buy a list of things and you come back with a different list of things that you wasn't expecting to buy.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. And here's where it gets interesting, right? So being intentional, don't just leave anything to chance, right? I've got here a comment here. This came from Chris in South Africa. Chris says, good morning, Breakfast Show. To be financially literate means having the knowledge, understanding and skills to manage personal finances effectively. For example, 1, budgeting and saving, just as you mentioned there, Moses. 2, investing and risk management. All right, yes. This is okay. That's guys going in. 3, understanding credit and debt, like you touched on. Ooh, yep. Goodness. So the two of them are they're both things of study. You don't just fall into debt. You can actually study how to work with debt, right? And credit.
That's what rich people do. They actually manage debt.
Yeah.
They manage what assets they have and manage their debt and actually build wealth off of debt.
Mm-hmm. Then we have 4, managing financial risk, insurance and emergency fund. Beautiful. Nice one, Chris. So you can see, so you're going through this journey, and because you're going through this journey, you're being very intentional. You're getting your wife on board and you're taking some actions, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, did you decide to to study the subject? Because obviously you're a business person involved in different things. So you know what it's like to get money coming in.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing I realized, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 coming in. If you don't have financial literacy, it all ends up being the same way. Nothing.
Yes. Because people, what do you do? When you increase your earnings, you increase your spending.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case. It should be if you increase your earnings, you increase how much you save or how much you invest.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I did do on my journey was I had to set up my direct debits to come out all on the same day. Okay. That way you know that by the 5th of the month, everything has been paid for. Yeah. And I've always said to my wife, the most important things to pay for are your rent. Obviously, you need to know where you're going to stay.
Mm-hmm.
For food, so you can have energy to go to work. Mm-hmm. And then your travel if you need to go to work. Everything after that, you then budget. You then go to your debt management and say, okay, what debt do I need to pay off? How can I do it? Sometimes you may have to go into, a debt management plan in order to understand how to, minimize the amount of money that's going out. That way you're saving more. Mm-hmm. And then just build. I just really learn how to build and learn how credit works and, how to build up your credit score, because your credit score, it will give you that leverage when you're getting a mortgage or a loan or whatever it is to pay less interest.
Okay, I love that word, less interest. All right, if we are going to be using some form of credit. We got a comment here from Chanel saying there is always a breaking point where a decision has to be made. Working only for debts and living paycheck to paycheck is a sad situation.
Yes.
Very, very, very true. And I actually have a video on that, Moses. Yeah, I actually have a video on that I want to show you guys, actually. And the video is rightfully about a special book. It's about a special book. And it gives a very keen and beautiful word of advice. Like, it's called just don't buy stuff. All right, just don't buy stuff. All right, guys. So I want you to have a look at that right now. Okay. And share with me your thoughts, Moses. How true is this? And also you listeners, take a look. That's it. Oh, goodness. All right. So that was very interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Moses?
That is the absolute truth. Don't buy stuff you cannot afford. Don't borrow money you know you don't have at the beginning from people, especially because you got to think about, this is how I came to the conclusion not to borrow money from people. Is if I have it now, I'm not going to have it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that is the honest truth. No matter what money is coming in, let's say if I had student finance coming in or whatever it is, you know, and it's like you then borrow money from somebody else, then you give them the student finance, then you're back to the same square where you don't have money again. So I think it's all about how do you be intentional, save and then buy, save and then buy. If it takes you long, you're going to appreciate that thing more that you saved up for it than if you took a loan for it and then you just left in the corner somewhere.
And I think this is it. And the thing about it, we can watch that video and even smile, right? Because it's something that's common sense. It's common sense.
It's not common sense.
Yeah.
It's something that is an understanding at the back of the mind.
Yeah.
But it's something that is intentional at the front of our mind where we're thinking, yeah, I don't have enough money now. Let me just go home. Let me save up. And then let me come back and buy later on.
Yeah.
But we are under this thing. As I said to you, we've been kind of hardwired to be impulse buyers.
Yeah.
You see something, you want it now. You know, you see that car, I want it. I want to get on finance, even though you don't have a driving license or you don't have, you know, the financial ability to spend that much per month. You know, we go and buy that thing. So it's just about saving up, being smart with your finances. Yeah.
I think this is it. The word you used was intentional. I love that. Look, guys, if you want any of these videos, I'll send it to you. It might be motivation for you or someone that you need, that you know. Just when those feelings are pushing you, especially because now we have things right at our fingertips. You can order food through your phone. You could be watching a movie in your phone, swipe, and then use Uber Eats, right? You can literally be just in a box and you will spend money and Amazon will bring it to you, right? And they will say, look, flash sale, get it now. And it feels nice. I was even part of the Love Walk, we was talking about this, and it feels nice, right? It feels nice, but really this, and the thing about it is, it's like any type of training for the betterment of our body, like weight training or exercise. In the beginning, it feels very uncomfortable. We want to do what's easy or what's an impulse for us, but guess what? We get the benefits later on, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
We got here Evelyn. Evelyn says, don't buy stuff you cannot afford. Good advice. I'll take it. All right. We're gonna get ready for our psychoanalysis, all right, in just a moment. But we're gonna go for a timeout, then we're gonna do our psychoanalysis to find out how financial literate we are. Okay, we're going to be doing that in just a moment. But before we do, actually, I think we're at 1:30 now. I think hopefully, thank you guys for holding on and staying with us. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a very short time out, enjoy some music. We're just going to hear from you, Moses, what a few things that we can do to become financial literate very quickly. All right. Just to see what can a person do to become more financial literate. All right. And I got another video to share with you guys, especially for those of you who are studying or you're thinking of doing a course, because student debt is real. But many times people are acquiring student debt for things that they will not use and just stacking them up. You got to think. So we're going to be touching on that when we come back. All right. It'll affect you, maybe someone you know. and we'll go into our psychoanalysis to see how financially literate you are. All right, I'm really excited about this. All right, Cat's tinkering away at the system, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. This is your breakfast show, and we're going all the way to 10, man. We're going all the way to 10. Ain't it right, Cat? Just say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like this on the keyboard and the thing in the background. She's just like that cat, that gif, it's how it is. All right, we'll be right back after this. Hey, just a quick interruption. I know you're enjoying the show, but don't forget, if you haven't already, robustly smash the like and subscribe button. Do it now. Do it now. Okay, guys, welcome back. This is your breakfast show. I hope you enjoyed that track from the FJU. Which FJU is it? Which one is it? Is it?
That was the JVO from the Netherlands.
JVO for that. All these different abbreviations because we're global. It's global. Love it. All right, guys, look, we're here coming to the final half hour of the show. We have Moses Kinganga with us this morning, and we're on the journey, about the subject of financial literacy. And the goal today is this. The goal today, and why Moses is on the show today, this subject is so broad. There's so much we can go into and break down. But what we want to achieve by the end of this program is for us to understand how our mind has been conditioned about the subject, whether it's something that is existent in our thoughts or not, or if we do know about it, how we are not acting upon the information that we have, and to hopefully get us to kind of research, and like Moses has been sharing with us, and I've been getting from Moses, to be a student of success in life, to be a student of success, to be a student of life, So we're learning about this word financial literacy. Let's go more. Let's go deeper. Yes or no, Moses?
Yes, indeed. Let's go.
Yeah. I have a quick video to show you guys. All right. If you've just jumped in and you're wondering financial literacy, yeah. I just got a very short video that I want to show you very quickly. And then when we come back, basically Moses is going to literally just tell us, a way, maybe where you are right now, how you could start. Suppose you say, I have a lot of things in my head. Where can I start, Moses? Where would you say I would start? He's going to answer us in just a moment, but we'll just play this very short video here first. Take it away, Kat.
Have you ever felt like you're in a game but you don't know the rules? That's what handling money can feel like without having financial literacy. But what is financial literacy and why is it so important? Simply put, financial literacy is all about understanding the ABCs of money. It's like having a cheat sheet for real-world money decisions, from managing your budget and saving smartly to avoiding financial pitfalls. With financial literacy, you're in control and you can make strategic moves that lead to a stronger financial future and a greater peace of mind. If you're interested to learn, follow our account because we'll be posting more videos that will help you with your personal finance journey. All
right. So look, there's a lot online. There's a lot of information. There's a lot. All right. And so much so, we've got a picture here to show everybody. All right. And this is where people get their, Moses is going to go into it. All right. Sharing from his experience. But where do we get our financial education from? All right. That's the question. And this was put together. All right. This is put together. And here's the interesting thing. It says, where do people turn to for financial education? So 39% go to Google. Would you agree with that, Moses?
Yeah.
Social media in general, 27%. Parents, 22%. Mm-hmm. I'm actually a bit surprised. Actually, no, that's true, isn't it? They're like the first ones. They're like the beginning, right? If they speak about it, right? Then we've got 18% YouTube. I think that should be higher.
Yes.
Siblings 10% and children 5%. So most population source, people aged 18 to 34 years old mainly turn to social media for their financial education, whereas everyone 35 and above would seek help from Google. All right. So over 2/3 of respondents feel financial literacy should be a part of the school or college curriculum, which is 76% agree and 6% do not. I wonder who the 6% are. So if a person's here now and they wanted to start to educate themselves about financial literacy, what would you say to them?
The first thing to educate yourself is I guess the first thing is to actually look at what's coming in and what's going out of your account.
Mm-hmm.
That is enough information to get you started to actually think, okay, I'm spending too much money, I need to reduce.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is either pick up a book, Think and Grow Rich, there's other books that I have. I have like a stack of books that I'm meaning to read through. But I have books that you can read and refer to in order to help you build your journey.
I got a good one. The Richest Man in Babylon. Phenomenal about this particular subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is there's a Netflix show there's a Netflix show on Netflix, and it's called How to Get Rich.
Mm.
And it's led by a guy who talks about money and talks about automating money. And when we talk about automate money, it's all about the direct debits and standing order that you said, that you know when they're coming in and when they're going out.
Mm.
You know, how I did mine was I set up direct debits to pay myself, or standing orders to pay myself a certain money. Some money goes into the savings, some money goes into investment, and then the food and everything else would have been done by the direct debit.
Oh,
so you
okay.
have money that you pay yourself. How much do you want to pay yourself every month? You know, that you're spending on hair, on your clothes, on coffee, on whatever it is that you want to spend on yourself. Because I think that's where the gap is. When you don't know how much money to spend on yourself, you overspend because you haven't budgeted on how much to spend on yourself. Okay. You know, when is the last time you trainers? When is the last time you actually was intentional about these things, rather than just because you have it in your account? If you pay yourself, let's say, $150 a month, you know you have to make that $150 last you that month for your coffee, for your haircut, for your nails, for your clothes, for whatever it is. And it's about living on a budget for the time being until you can leverage up your wealth, until you can leverage up your money to be able to do bigger and better things.
Yeah, and then you could pay yourself a little bit more in it because you've made yourself able to facilitate that. Yeah,
you still have to have that same concept, even if you are making $4,000 a month. The same concept. How much are you going to pay yourself? How much you're saving? How much if you're earning $10,000, the same concept. Because you don't want to make money be in control of you. You have to be in control of money.
Love it.
I think majority of people we are itching to spend money that's in our account because we have this impulse to keep buying stuff that we don't need.
Yeah, it's like a drug.
Yeah, it's like a drug. Honestly, it is.
All right. So you said two things. Go have a look at your direct debits. I think that'll get us revolted and surprised or shocked. And obviously, what you're saying is like the information really is to hand. We can do a few books, right? And obviously, these are from those who are actually doing it, documenting it into a book. And we need to just take the time out to study.
Yeah.
And you said the Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yep.
Yes.
I recommend it because I even got I'm not really good book reader, but I read I got the audio book of The Richest Man in Babylon. We spoke about these particular subjects, exactly what you said afterwards about compartmentalizing where funds go and paying yourself. That was brilliant. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So, and then afterwards you said about paying yourself first, as well as knowing that everything's going to go out. Make sure pay yourself, which is going to be something you're going to treat yourself with, and also anything you're going to save or invest, right?
No, I know. So you pay yourself. So how I done it, I had two separate accounts. I had an account for direct debit, saving and investment, and I have one just to pay myself. So in that account, so I don't see the remainder money that is in the account for the direct debit, because the key thing is to build that money up, is to make sure that you have that 1,000, the 2,000, 3, and above saved into your direct debit account. That you be like, okay, cool, I can now go and start a business, or I can now go and start, I can now go and apply for a mortgage or whatever it is. Because when you go and apply for mortgage, they actually look at what money is going in and what money is going out. And if you don't have control of that, they're going to see that you're not able to manage mortgage.
Gotcha. Beautiful.
So everything is depending on how you're managing money, how you are actually, by the 5th, all my direct debits are gone. Everything after that, I know that the money is then going into savings, is then going into investment, and then it's also paying myself.
Fantastic.
So I only pay myself once everything is left their account.
Thank you so much.
the rent, the house, the car, the insurance, the phone, whatever it is, And it's all about, reducing the amount of direct debits that you're paying. And that was the biggest thing. So let's say, for example, I think I told you on Sunday that before I used to go and pick up different phones through credit, nice to have good credit. You pick up any phone you want. You're then paying £200 a month for phones that you don't need. So what I had to do is reduce those direct debits. Things like Netflix. Go to the lower tier model. Yeah, you're going to have ads. Yeah, you're going to have this. But it's painful. But you're on a journey to actually build yourself back better. That uncomfortable feeling that you're feeling is because you're breaking through to becoming a new person. You're breaking through to become financially literate. This is what it means to be intentional about money. You're going to have that pain. You're not going to have that level of freedom now, but later on you will have that freedom. When you want to go on holiday, you book it for the weekend. You want to go here, you go there. You want to buy your kids this, you can do that. You want to put your kids in private education, you can. But it starts now. You have to do it now. Don't fault yourself for where you are right now, because where you are is where you're starting, and where you're starting is not where you're going to be if you continue. And it's that consistency. If you're consistent in being intentional about where you spend your money, I guarantee you in the next 2 years, you're going to look back and think, why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't I, just be more intentional about it? But it's a lack of education. It's a lack of understanding of money. It's a lack of the awareness, so don't blame yourself. Just start now and build.
All right. Start now. And the thing with 2 years is going to pass anyway. Just depends on what we're going to do with it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you know what, Moses, you dropped some bars with us today, and I know everyone is going to start. The alarm has been sounded for us, for our listeners, for myself, for all of us today. Let's start getting financial literate. But at the current state that we are now, where are we on the scale in terms of financial literacy? Where could it be on the scale? So guess what? I have the one and only, the lady of the moment, AI. I asked her a few questions, and she actually compiled a psychoanalysis for us, so we can find out where we are in our journey of financial literacy. So I want you all to make sure you tell your friends. I want you all to get involved now, because we're going to go into this. Ain't that right, Kat?
Yep.
So let's mix up the music, all right? Because we're going to go down, and I want you to get a paper and pen if you can. If not, you can just put the answer in the live chat, and we're going to work it like this. So you're going to have a series of questions that are going to come up with 3 answers, A, B, or C. And you're going to answer the question as truthfully as possible. So if you're going to put it in the live chat, put 1A, 1B, or 1C. 1A, 1B, or 1C. All right, it's no competition. This is just to find out how it's a psychoanalysis to see how financial literate we are. Okay. And you just don't just put C, put the number of the question and the number and the letter you are choosing. Okay. And after that, we'll calculate them all together to have an idea of how we function. Okay, let's get this show on. Moses, are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go, Kat. Number 1.
Okay, so number 1 is, how often do you create and follow a budget for your expenses? Is it A, I always create a detailed budget and stick to it? Is it B, I create a budget sometimes but don't always stick to it? Or C, I rarely or never create a budget?
Okay, guys, so send your answers through to us right now. How often do you create and follow a budget for your expenses? A, I always create a detailed budget and stick to it. B, I create a budget. That sounds like a really tough life. Like, you go, oh my God, why you come out of budget for? What's wrong with you? But then B, I create a budget sometimes, but don't always stick to it. Or C, I rarely or never create a budget. All right. I'm okay. I'm okay. Send your answers through to us. All right. I want to know what you got, Kat. I'm curious. I'm curious to see where you are on this one. Yeah, you want to be married in the future. All right, guys. So 1A, 1B, or 1C. Send your answers through to us in the live chat, or don't put it in the WhatsApp line. I might miss it. Okay, let's go to question number 2, Kat.
Question number 2 is, what's your approach to saving for future goals? Example, retirement, home, emergency fund, etc. Is it A, I save regularly and have specific goals for my future? B, I save when I can but I don't have clear goals? Or C, I struggle to save consistently and have set specific goals. Haven't set specific
Ooh, this is tough, man. All right, this is tough. This is self-reflection, guys. This is self-reflection is happening. So, yeah, 2. So, 2A, what is your approach to saving for future goals? All right, retirement, home, emergency, etc. A, I have regularly and have specific goals for my future. B, I save when I can, but I don't have clear goals. Or C, I struggle to save consistently and have set specific goals. All right, so 2A, 2B, or 2C, put it down now in a live chat. Let's go to the next one.
The next one is, how do you handle debt such as credit cards, loans, or other financial obligations? Is it A, I actively manage my debts and try to pay it off as soon as possible? B, I make minimum payments and try to avoid increasing debt? C, I often struggle with debt and find it hard to keep track.
All right, guys, so send your answers through 3A, 3B, or 3C. 3A, 3B, 3C. And look, this is really deep. All right, this is really deep. And also, you know, you might have come through different stages in your life, different things that you went through that changes the way your behavior is today. All right, and you know, another thing is obviously you can put it in the live chat because this is quite personal. All right, obviously Breakfast family, we're just having a bit of we're learning here together, but the whole idea is for us to see what's going on, and it'll make us think about things we never thought of before. All right, and to our betterment. All right, so that's number 3. Let's go to number 4, please, Kat.
Number 4 is, how well do you understand investment options such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds? Is it A, I understand various investment options and have made investments? B, I have a basic understanding of investments but haven't invested much? Or C, I don't know much about investments and find them confusing?
All right, guys, so this is it. We went for a program where we talked about investing previously, which was really good, very helpful, but did we follow up? Did we continue being a student of life, a student of success? A, I understand various investments options and have made investments. B, I have a basic understanding of investments but haven't invested much. Or C, I don't know much about investments and find them confusing. All right, 4A, 4B, or 4C. Let's go to number 5, Kat.
Number 5 is, how do you approach financial decision making? Is it A, I research, consult experts and make well-informed decisions? B, I rely on advice from friends or family and follow general guidelines? Or C, I make decisions impulsively and based on limited knowledge?
This is an interesting one. Hey, Moses, this is a very interesting one.
It is indeed.
Very, very interesting. Sorry?
Impulsive behavior is strong.
Say that again?
I said the impulsive behavior is very strong.
Yeah, very. All right. So A, I research, consult experts and make well-informed decisions if you have access to them, right? But then again, the internet is broad and huge. B, I rely on advice from friends or family and follow general guidelines. Or C, I make decisions impulsively or based on limited knowledge. Send your answers 5A, 5B, or 5C. Okay, let's go to the next one, Kat.
The next one is, how often do you seek to learn more about financial hot topics? Is it A, example, reading, watching videos, attending workshops? Is it A, I regularly seek out information to improve my financial knowledge and skills? B, I occasionally read or watch financial content when I feel it's necessary? Or C, I rarely or never seek out information about financial literacy?
Okay, guys, send your answers through to us, 6A, 6B, or 6C, 6A, 6B, or 6C. All right, let's keep it going. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just... Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Wow. All right, let's keep it going. The next one, Kat.
The next one is, when learning about new financial concepts, how do you apply what you've learned? Is it A, I quickly apply new concepts, adjusting my financial habits based on what I learn? B, I find the information interesting but don't always make changes right away? Or C, I struggle to understand and implement financial concepts I come across.
All right, guys. So when learning about new financial concepts, how do you apply what you've learned? A, I quickly apply new concepts, adjusting my financial habits based on what I learn. B, I find the information interesting, but I don't always make changes right away. Or C, I struggle to understand or implement the financial concepts I come across. All right, so send your answers 7A, 7B, or 7C. Send your answers through to us, and that's it, Kat. That's 7 of them. All right, so what I need you guys to do now is I need you to tally up your answers. So how many A's did you get, how many B's did you get, and how many C's did you get? All right, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh. Okay, 1, 2, okay, good. All right, so I've got my answers here. Moses, have you got yours?
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing France is definitely on this now, and this is good. This is good therapy, guys. This is wholesome therapy for our progress to see where our thoughts are. Love it, Evelyn. Love it, Bruno. Love it. Also, we have Bruno. We have Rosilia. Great to have you here doing this test with us. It's a psychoanalysis. So you need to tally up how many. So how many A's did you get? How many B's and how many C's did you get? All right. So Kat.
Yes.
How many A's did you get?
I got 2 A's, 3 B's, and 2 C's.
Okay, 3 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's. Guess what I got?
I don't know.
Bad, I'm terrible.
Oh, bad.
Okay, I thought I would have been better. I got 3 A's.
Okay.
3 B's.
Okay.
And 1 C.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm surviving and staying alive. Moses, what did you get?
I got 6 A's, 6 A's and 1 B.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Yes, of course you did. All right, Bruna, Evelyn, and those who have taken part, put in a live chat what your results were. So if you got certain results, let's find out what the answers to those results are. Let's have a look, Kat.
Okay. So if you got mostly A's, you have a high level of financial literacy and actively take steps to manage your finances. You not only understand key financial concepts, but also apply what you learn in a proactive way. Your approach to both saving and managing debt is well organized, and you seek to continuously improve your financial knowledge.
Okay, beautiful. So that's if you got A. All right, so that sounds really good. Sound like you, Moses? Yeah, you've been through a journey. Yeah, you've been through it, and that's me partially. That's me partially. It sounds like that's you partially as well, Kat.
Yeah, like a slice of me.
Yeah, a slice of you. Let's be honest. We're being honest here. All right, let's see. We've got some answers here. We've got. Oh, look at it. The soldiers are coming out. Mercy had 4 B's and 3 C's in Cardiff. Rosilia had 5 C's and 2 B's. That's very interesting, Rosilia. This is good for us. This is really good for us. Evelyn had 2 A's. Oh, you missed question 3. Kat, what was question 3? I just want to put it there very quickly.
How do you handle debt such as credit cards, loans, or other financial obligations? A, I actively manage my debt and try to pay it off as soon as possible. B, I make minimum payments and try to avoid increasing debt. Or C, I often struggle with debt and find it hard to keep track. Okay, so 3A, 3B, or 3C, that one's going to you, Miss Evelyn. I can't do that anymore, guys. Just had to throw that one there because Miss Evelyn was in there from the beginning and we're seeing what she was doing. All right, so Rosilia, 5 C's and 2 B's. So far, Miss Evelyn has 4 B's and 2 A's. All right, so this is quite interesting. This is very interesting. I got 3 A's. Oh, sorry, what was it? So we learned what A was. What's B? What happened? What does it mean if you got mostly B's? B was you have a moderate level of financial literacy. You are aware of important financial concepts like budgeting and investing, but your follow through could be more consistent. You make an effort to learn, but there's room to apply new information more effectively. Setting more specific goals and a structured learning approach could help you improve. All right, guys, so structured learning, a bit of a better approach, but we do things here and there. I got 3 of those too. Yeah, for me, I think that sounds about right. I think, know, how many B's did you get? Got 3.
You got 3. So you got 3 A's and 3 B's as well?
I got 2 A's, 3 B's, and 2 C's.
Okay. I think this AI stuff is pretty like on point, Kat.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's strong. Okay, so if you got B's, you know what's happening. All right, more B's. Okay. Evelyn was 3 B's, so Evelyn has 5 B's and 2 A's. That's what Evelyn got, right? And if you got a C, if you got more C's, guys, let's have a look.
You got a C. Wait. If you got mostly C's, you have a low level of financial literacy and might feel overwhelmed by managing your finances. Budgeting, debt management, and saving can be difficult for you, and you may not seek out much information to improve your situation. You could benefit from a deeper understanding of financial concepts and creating a plan for how to apply them in your life.
All right, guys, so that's if you got a C. So to find out we got a C, firstly, he's like, is this thing true or not? But if you say that, that really does sound like me, at least we know what to do to move from where we are, right? I had a C in there, right, for one particular question. I had to be honest. I could say, no, it's more B, but I was like, no, I'm just going to go hard. It's a C, all right? So we know where we need to work from. Moses gave us some fantastic ideas and things to think about today. This is it. We need to know where we are. We have an education. We know where we are in the school system. We know how many GCSEs, A-levels, and degrees that we get. But guess what? We may have a degree, but we may not have financial literacy. Yes or no, Moses?
That's correct, yeah. Rob, I was going to say something just quickly, as the show's ending, if I can.
Yeah.
Regarding saving, it doesn't matter how much you save. It's just the act of doing it changes your mental behavior.
Yeah.
Even if you're saving £1, it will add up over time. Obviously, it's not ideal to be saving £1, but will compound over time. And it's getting into that habit of just saving, even if it's £5, £10, £50, whatever it is, do within your budget, Yeah. Don't think you need to go hard or go home,
Yeah.
Do what you can with the little that you have or with the much that you have, and just build slowly, because I guarantee you 2 years' time will pass by and you'll look back and you'll be grateful that you've been saving that £5 every month, that £10 every month, and it's just growing. It's just growing.
Great. So even just the action psychologically benefits us. It blesses us, right? Fantastic. Oh, by the way, I just want to share something with you guys. There's an app that I came across that I still use till today called Lockbox. So definitely, guys, that's something to definitely check out. If you want more information on it, just message us on the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line. But there are all these different tools. Monzo has something. There are all these different things to help us to save, to put something, like Moses said, even £1 is changing us mentally. Well, guys, I hope this program blessed you. Thank you, Moses, for joining us today. You've been absolutely awesome.
Thank you very much for having me on the show, Robert. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and look, I really look forward to having you on again, especially on our Relationship Power Thursday, one of these days. It'd be great to have you join us.
No problem at all. Be looking forward to it.
Yeah, as a married man. How many years have you been married now?
11 years.
11 years. Wow, that's absolutely awesome. All right, guys. So thank you so much, Moses, and more power to you on all your journeys and all your exploits. God bless you, champion.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Take care.
Take care. Thank you. All right. So as Moses does his thing, I hope, obviously he came on a mission to share some ideas and his passion with you today, guys, on growing our financial literacy. And like we said, it's just a jog or a nudge for us to go out there and do the things that we've learned that we should do, or take those next steps to research, delve more, scratch below the surface. That was the goal and aim for today. Remember, it's written that that which is done in secret, you'll be blessed openly. So no one will see what you're doing after this program, but for sure, people will see the results and outcome in your life, and you'll be very happy. And everything that we share with you on the show, for you, as I always say, I'm learning as well. All right. So look, guys, tomorrow on the Breakfast Show, we're going to be having a very powerful subject that is going to give you the jitters. It's Wellness Wednesday tomorrow, and I'm coming in because I just need to deliver this program with so much excitement and vim inside of my spirit. This program is going to give you the jitters. In the UK right now, we're getting ready for winter. Over there, I know South Africa and Namibia, the other countries where we have our Breakfast Show family, they're getting to summertime, right? Because winter here, you're like a winter baby, but over in Namibia, you was a summer child, right? Because your birthday's in December, Kat. But make sure you tune in. I had to come and do this program tomorrow. I forget about me taking a day off tomorrow. I'm coming in. I can't. I need to be. I love being on the show with you guys, man. You guys are awesome. You bring me joy. You give me joy. And guess what? You're also able to put up with my condition. So where else will anybody tolerate me? Where else will anybody tolerate me for 2 hours? I don't even know what my wife goes through and the chain of prayers that she's making on my behalf. But you guys, you accept me. All right, guys, we got a comment here. Rosita says, this has helped me a lot because I was struggling. Oh, before I got a gift for those of you who tuned into the show this morning. I should have mentioned it earlier, but I also have something very special for you, which is called a Approachable Financial Milestones Checklist, which is something printable. If you want it, message me on the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line. It's on your screen right now, guys. I'll be happy to send that to you. All right, it's something that's just a checklist to help you with your milestones on things that you need to do on the things that we discussed today. It's to help you, to assist you. So wherever you are on this planet, I can send it over to you via Telegram. So make sure you're able to receive it. Just message us on the screen. Should have it on speed dial. But other than that, guys, it's been great. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same Breakfast Show time, 8 a.m. Same Breakfast Show channel, libertyradio.co.uk. Next program is going to be Soul Raising Hour here on the Liberty Radio platform at 12 midday. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you visit Official Liberty Radio on Instagram so you do not miss a Liberty Radio beat, because this whole platform has so much good stuff to help you get through your days. And as you know, we'll always be here for you on the Breakfast Show in the mornings from 8 o'clock. Until tomorrow, guys, ciao for now. See you later. Booyah shaka.
Bye.
Whoa, yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the Breakfast Show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.